Do you ever feel like creating content takes forever, or that you're always rushing last minute to post? What if I told you there's a way to save time, reduce stress, and still look consistent online? And that is where batch content creation comes in. Batch creation means setting time aside to plan, script, record, edit, and design several pieces of content in a focused section, meaning you dedicate a special day, a special time to create several content. Instead of doing them one by one daily, you get a focused time and a day to film several contents, and edit them, and then you schedule them out. That's what batch creation means. And this is how big creators stay ahead of others. They batch create, and this is how you can do it too. Why is this very powerful and important? Number one, it saves time. When you delegate a special day to create 5 to 10 content, it will save you time to take your phone every single day to be recording a new video, and then the following day you record another video, and then you save a lot of time. Those energy, those time, you fix a day and you do it. Another reason why it is powerful and important is it keeps you very consistent, because you are able to space out your content in a week, in a month, and you're able to keep doing it because you are into what? Batch creation. Do you get what I'm saying? It also reduces stress, because you don't tend to be stressed every day of the week. You are just stressed in a day. That means you've thought about it, you've gathered all the energy for that day, and then for the rest of the week or for the month, you are resting. So that's a way to save energy and save stress. The last reason why it is very powerful and important is it helps you think strategically instead of randomly. What that means is, before the day you picked comes, you've thought about, okay, what do I want to do? What content do I want to put out? How do I want the content to look like? Okay, for week 1, what do I want? What kind of content do I want to put out? For week 2, what kind of content am I putting out? How am I going to shape it? Which content am I going to repeat? Which content in my analytics am I looking at, and I need to talk more on it? What are my audience asking of that I need to sit down and create videos of? You get what I'm saying? Instead of randomly just sitting up, this video is like it's going viral, or this video I think I want to talk about it, then you sit down and talk about it. When you set aside a day to do your content, it helps you think strategically. And when you do something like that, it makes you look like a pro, because you tend to think more and think deep before that particular day comes. So now let's go into the steps at which you can start creating in batch, and how to stay consistent with it. Step 1 is brain dump ideas. That is where you sit down, you take your notes and your pen, or you take your phone, open your notes app, and write down ideas you want to talk about. If you are stuck at the kind of ideas you want to talk about, you can ask ChatGPT that, oh, this is what my channel is about, or this is what I want to start talking about, if you've not started posting. Because this also works for someone that is new to either Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. This batch creation works for any platform. When you ask ChatGPT, it helps you know what you want to post. Or if you don't know and you tell ChatGPT that, oh, this is what I want to lean to, this is the path I want to take, it will help you shape that path into ideas. So it is always good to seek outside help when you are stuck. If you know what your channel is about, you know what you want to post, or you are a pro already, like you're already posting, you're not new on any of your platform, you just take your notes, either your phone or your book, and start writing your ideas out. Or for week 1, I want to talk about money. For week 2, I want to talk about how to earn that money. For week 3, I want to talk about what to do to maintain the money you are earning. And then you can pick week 1 that is about money and be like, what kind of money do I want to earn for day 1, week 1? For day 2, what account am I collecting or receiving the money into? For day 3, how do I convert that money? Do you get what I'm saying? So it is you sitting down and brain dumping your idea into your notes app, or any app that you feel okay you can write in. Do you get what I'm saying? That's step 1. That's the crucial step. That's the beginning. That's what is going to define if you are going to be able to batch create or not. The step two is you plan your content calendar. I talked about week one, day two, day three, and I talked about week one, week two, week three, week four. That's like a content calendar. A content calendar is a calendar. So you put out days, weeks, and months content in a box. So it's like you are thinking of a calendar, and then you are infusing your content into each day. But you can just write it out as week one, day one, topic. You write your topic out. So you can decide to be like, okay, for week one, I want to talk about educational content. For week two, I want it to be like skits, funny content. If you're doing something like that, that means you already know what you want to put out. If you don't know what you want to put out, that means you are testing the ground. It can also work like that. That means you will be like, okay, since I don't have a niche, I'm testing the ground. I'm going to be posting several content and see the one people vibe with. So it works for both parties. Do you get what I'm saying? So week one, you'll be like, okay, that's what educational content. Week two, um, valuable content, or week three, entertaining. Week four, I just want to do maybe question and answer, or you know engage with my community. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is how you create a content calendar. So that means for every day of the week and every week of the month, you have something that you are posting. So if you feel, okay, I don't want to be posting every day of the week, then your content calendar is going to focus on, for week one, 2 days in week one, maybe Monday and Friday. For week two, same thing, Monday, Friday. You can say if it's 3 times, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. That's how you're going to space it out. So it depends on how you want your content calendar to be like. Are you getting me? The next step is script and outline. This helps you to know the next thing to talk about. It is not just about sitting behind your camera and just talking. You might end up just talking and not talking or touching some points, some key points you're supposed to focus on or talk about. Script is more of like a detailed, write-up of what you want to talk about. An outline is maybe the first paragraph. It is talking about how to make money, and you've explained how you want to make that money in that script. Your outline is going to be how to make money, bearing in mind that you already know what you want to talk about for that part. So when you sit behind your camera and you look at your notepad and you be like, okay, how to make money. You've read your script, mind you, how to make money. You face the camera and be like, okay, how to make money. This part, I'm going to tell you how you can make money, how you can do this, the apps that you need to focus on, the website. Do you get what I'm saying? You are going to be able to know what to talk about and when to stop. Because when you look at the next thing on your script, it's going to be the next thing you're supposed to talk about. You know when to start and when to stop. This is very important. I am more of an outline person than a script person. I prefer that because most time I know what I want to talk about, but because I can say a lot, I tend to like, okay, let me have my outline so that I know when to start and when to stop and talk about the next point so that every point is talked about. Do you get what I'm saying? The next step to follow is batch filming and recording. This is when the recording phase happens. When you've done all the steps I've mentioned before this is the next thing to do. So you have to pick a day. Pick a day. Okay, I'll be free on Friday. Yeah, that means Friday is going to be the day you always batch create. But there are some people that their work life is not really balanced, it fluctuates. So Friday might be the day they are free for this week, and next week it might be Thursday. That's fine, it can change. So far, it is the day you are free and it is the day you've picked to create content. So you do what? You pick Friday and you be like, okay, do I want to use the whole day? Am I going to be free the whole day? If I'm not going to be free the whole day, from what time to what time am I going to be free? And if you are not like used to this, you are not used to recording, you are new to it, you might end up having to use audio day. If you are used to it already, you might not necessarily need more than 10 hours to be done with maybe 10 content or even more than 10 content. Do you get what I'm saying? So it depends on your capability and your energy. So you have to pick a day to record. You set your camera, you look at your scripts, you look at your outline, your ideas, and then you start. You pick the first topic and you talk about it. You make sure you clean your camera lens, your mic is check, and you are doing takes to be sure that okay, you are in frame, you are doing what you are supposed to do, and then you record. When you are done, you go to the next topic, you record, go to the next topic. When you see that okay, I'm getting tired, maybe you look at your script and be like, okay, this topic does not necessarily, it does not take time. I can talk about it within 10 to 5 minutes. Let that be the wrap. You get, instead of saying, I think I'm tired, I don't want to do. Or you can even take a walk and take a break or check what you've done. Be like, okay, ginger yourself. I like what I'm seeing. You get, and then you continue, because there's sometimes you might be tired, but what you need is just like a short break, like totally scrapping everything and moving to the next week. Do you get what I'm saying? And the amount of content you create when you're batch creating depends on your content calendar. In a week, if you've decided to be posting 5 times, then you need to have more than 5 content. If you've decided to post 2 times, then you know that okay, you're spacing those 5 content into 2 weeks, and then one the last week, that's going to be one more content. Do you get what I'm saying? So it depends on your content calendar. That's why I mentioned that first. The next step is batch editing. The way you pick a date to record, the way you pick a time to record, you have to also pick a day to record. If in a day you be like, okay, I am only free for half a day, make sure that half a day you are using it to edit. Put off your data, put off any distraction, and make sure you are able to edit. Like if you plan to post twice a week, make sure you edit at least 2 videos, so that the following week you have content you're going to post out. Maybe by the following week you might pick another 2 content and edit. If you know that you're very slow, you make sure that you're editing once a day, so that you are able to meet up with posting when you already like wrote it in your calendar that, oh, I want to post this day. That's how you can be consistent. Do you get what I'm saying? And then the last step is to schedule your content. It is very easy to schedule now. On your Instagram, you can schedule. On your TikTok, you can put it in your draft and then you just post it when you need to post it. For your YouTube, you can also schedule the day, the time you want it to come up. So this is very important, and this are free method for you to do it. So you don't have to think of, oh, how do I do all of this thing? Is it paid? You don't have to be worried about that, because it's free. You just have to be, determined and dedicated to wanting to do that. So you have to schedule those content out, and then you just relax. But don't relax too much, because like I said, if you are slow with editing, you have to pick a date or 2 days in a week to edit one content each. But if you're very fast, you can edit those content in a day. Depend on your time and your schedule and everything. So now we're going to talk about pro tips for more efficiency. Number one is to use templates for your thumbnail. If you are just starting out, you don't know how to make thumbnail, Canva has templates for thumbnail that you can just put in your pictures and change the wordings and post. I think CapCut also has. I think Adobe Premiere on your mobile also has templates that you can use for your thumbnail. But if you're good with designing, you can just take your Canva and design your thumbnail yourself. You can take your InShot and design your thumbnail yourself. Those are the ways you can make posting very fast. Because when you schedule those posts, you need to, put your thumbnail and title. For title, you can use ChatGPT to make it more captivating and click. No, I don't want to say clickbaiting, but captivating enough to make people click and watch. Do you get what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, pro tip is you need to repurpose your content across your social media platform. You post your video on YouTube, right? Make it a short. Take that video, take like few minutes of the video, post it on your TikTok, post it on your Instagram, go to your Twitter, retweet it. Those are ways to bring attention to your video. Those are ways to bring more attention to your content on YouTube. So that's a way to advertise without bringing someone else to advertise for you. You do it yourself on your other platform. If the main video is on Instagram, you post it across other platforms. If it's on TikTok, you post it across other platforms. You get what I'm saying? That's the way you can make things work. And it's a very good way to be very efficient with your content. So you don't have to think about, what do I want to post for other platforms? You are already proposing it everywhere. The next pro tip is you create in your peak energy hour. You know, I've been saying it depends on your energy, it depends on when you are free. So you have to make sure that the time you are back creating is a time where the energy is up. It can be in the morning, it can be in the night. So it depends on you. You have to make sure you know all of those things, because batch creation is not for the weak. It is very tedious, but it is a sacrifice you make, you know, to make sure that okay, you're resting for the other days of the week. Do you get what I'm saying? And the last but not the least is, don't aim for perfection, aim for consistency. When you are aiming for perfection, you end up not posting anything, you end up not creating any content, thereby not posting anything, thereby not getting views, thereby not getting engagement, thereby not growing. But once you are aiming for consistency, the more you post, the more you get better at what you post. And as you are posting, you have community that is growing with you and seeing that, oh, this person is actually growing because I can see the changes in their content. You get what I'm saying? That's all what you need to know about batch creation, and that is what I do to make sure that I'm able to put out content consistently. It is not easy. It's nobody's going to say it is easy, but it is a sacrifice to make your other days easy and to make you consistent and proactive on your platform. So I hope you're able to learn a lot. Please do well to like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell to get notified when next I post any new video. See you guys in my next video. Bye.